Baby.
I go hard in the paint. I go hard in the paint. I'm ducked off where the loud is legal. Right next door to Cali where the work a lot cheaper. Take you back in the trap in the 86 Regal. With a pocket full of stones booming like it was legal.
Woo! What is up, Suave? How are you doing, brother?
I'm cranking it up, man.
Man, it's been a while, man. I love that tune. It always gets me ready for a discussion. Want to finish it?
Oh yeah. So definitely, man. I'm live. I'm here. We on another episode, season 2 of the Man Cave, baby. We're gonna keep this train going, man, till the wheels fall off.
Absolutely, man. Well, thank you all for joining us for episode 10 of season 2 of the Man Cave. We have a couple of guests with us. We're going to run a little longer than normal today. We got a big discussion happening, man. But whatever you happen to hear in the Man Cave or see,
better stay right here in the Man Cave, man. And you know it's your boy Suave making sure y'all keep that rule.
All right, man. Well, let's bring in our guests real quick.
You forgot to introduce our little brother right here, man.
Our little brother. Oh, Ryzak?
No, you.
Oh, me. Yeah. I do look a little younger, don't I? I took a couple years off.
You're in shade 10 years though, man.
Well, all right, let's bring in our couple of guests. We don't even have to introduce this guy. He's a legend among the community. We got Ray Sherrod.
Yo, legend of the legend, man. How you doing, brother? You in the Man Cave, man.
Man, I love that theme. Oh man, that theme.
The intro.
The intro. Yep, the intro.
Yeah, man.
Get you
intro nice.
Where's the poll? You guys are funny. Oh, thanks, Dismal. I appreciate you. Our next guest is a fabulous. Ooh, I almost messed that up.
Fabulous?
Yeah, fabulous interviewer, and we're happy to have her on. Just Purple Haze. How are you doing, Purple?
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
What's up?
Perp is the first female in the Man Cave.
I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing yet.
Anybody's invited in the Man Cave, man. In this Man Cave. You know, we all have our own Man Caves. We don't, no girls allowed.
Well, all right. Well, let's get this started. Starting with you, Ray. What did you think of the Bethesda Game Showcase, sir, man? They had some gems in there, I think.
Oh man, I loved it, man. You got 12 months of games that we've been waiting for, even some hidden gems. I was excited, man, because I love games. So yeah, very excited.
Man, I see your collection behind you, man. You in your own Man Cave, bro.
Yeah, that my wife was threatening me about, man. But when we got this house, I said, "This is mine.
It's your area right here."
It looks like a nice area. Purple, did you happen to check out the showcase? What did you think?
I did. So first, I think it's great that game devs are out there making games. First and foremost, because there was a time where they weren't. But as y'all know, like I like certain games, I like particular games, and so I was really excited about Hollow Knight. I'm not gonna lie.
That's great.
Yeah, that's great. So I'll say that I was super excited about that one.
Absolutely. How about you, Swab? Did you check out the showcase? What was your thought, sir?
Man, I feel opposite. I feel like it's honestly, and I know we're gonna get into it, but I feel like it's kind of the same old tech. They trying to, sell us. that's same old graphics and everything. That's how I feel about it.
I got you. What really stood out to me was Forza. I'm not even a race car guy, but seeing like the textures and all the stuff that they really expelled and expanded out in the environment and the lighting and all that, you're going to go buy it at 100 miles an hour. You ain't even going to see it, but they took the time to make it look beautiful, and all the ray tracing on the engine as they backed up. And then I don't know, man, I was blown away by Forza, to be 100% honest. But so looking forward to some of these games, man, and especially from Bethesda. These guys, man, have been near and dear to my heart for years. Swab, did you play any Bethesda games, man, growing up or recently?
None of the games that they came out with really fit my kind of gameplay.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And then I don't know, man. It just didn't fit my gameplay. None of them
None
fit
of
my
them did.
gameplay.
Well,
I
first,
mean, I will say this though. I used to like watching people play Skyrim and games like that. You know what I'm saying? I used to like watching them, but
Mhm.
it's just not my type of games that I like to play. None of the
Suave,
games that they came
are
out.
you just talking about Bethesda? Or are you talking about the whole showcase? Because those are
Well,
third parties and Bethesda
Yeah,
and
there's a
right.
bunch in there.
Xbox.
So I am speaking like, some of the whole showcase and thing, but it just I didn't to answer your question, I didn't see anything that,
Nothing
nothing
really
there
jumped out
came.
at you or spoke to
Yeah,
you, huh?
yeah. It
Gotcha,
didn't,
gotcha.
man.
Well, I freaking love Bethesda, and almost everything they showed got me excited. And let's just run through just a few of the wonderful titles that Bethesda has given us. First, I mean, we got Gridiron, Wayne Gretzky Hockey. Now, this is going way back in the day now.
Throwback.
Where's Waldo? Never played that. The Terminator Rampage, Delta 5.
I played
Now,
Delta.
Elder Scrolls Arena. Never even heard of that one, man. I didn't know they did an Elder Scrolls before Morrowind. That's interesting. All right, we got Skynet, The Elder Scrolls 2 Daggerfall. Here's the ones that you guys are going to really, really remember. Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind was
Yes.
genius. Ray, what's your experience with Morrowind?
Magical, man. I remember I mean, I wasn't sold on the Xbox because of the giant controllers and just how big and bulky it was, but when I had a friend come over and show me Morrowind, I was just like, wow. And then Halo, and then I had to get it. So yeah, and then just playing Morrowind, man, all the different stories and all the trips and everywhere that you could go. I mean, it was amazing.
Absolutely. We're going to introduce one more guest here real quick at the last second. Melon's been acting up. Sorry about that. But here's Main Games.
All right. What's going on?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you doing?
What's up?
Hey,
what's going on, brother?
Hey, man. Main, I'm going to put you on full screen for just a second. I asked everybody just a second ago what they thought of the Bethesda showcase, if anything stuck out to you, or what were your initial thoughts on viewing that wonderful show, man. I'm gonna pop you up full screen.
All right. Well, for me, being a guy who always loved space, I love games like No Man's Sky, which of course people drew comparisons to. I honestly thought that was a game that really, regardless everybody else feels about it, negative or whatnot, I really enjoyed and got excited for that game. I don't really. I know people say that there's some issues, there's some things that they're noticing as far as frame rate and things like that. They don't know what the narrative's going to be. There's 1,000 planets that you can go to. Some are procedural, some are not. All that stuff. I get it. My thing is that as a person who loves space games, as a person who loves Bethesda, Skyrim's been around forever. The damn thing's on toasters by now. Like I really enjoy the worlds that they build, and when I saw that they were going from a fantasy sort of setting to more of a science fiction in a space kind of setting, that's all I needed to see. Now I understand that there's going to be some things that aren't going to mesh well in some people's minds and things like that, but I really was surprised and excited to see Starfield. As soon as the first time that they announced it, I was in. Um, I'm aware that there's going to be a Bethesda touch. We all know what the Bethesda touch is. We're going to see some glitches. We're going to see a patch that's going to come out. We're going to see some quirks. I get it. But for me, again, it comes back to what Bethesda's been able to do on many levels with their games, and to see the tech. Like if you factor in how amazing the leap was technologically from Skyrim to now, like that got me excited. I said, damn, y'all done came to the future. Welcome to the present, y'all. You know what I mean? Like I enjoyed that, and I really honestly feel like this is going to be a game that speaks to RPG lovers like myself who love the boots on the ground thing and love the world built on high fantasy and things, because I'm an Elder Scrolls guy and I get it. But to be able to travel through space and be able to craft your own shit. I played Star Citizen for a while. I played Elite Dangerous for a while.
Oh yeah.
I understand those kind of mechanics, and I'm excited when I saw that you could do that. I was excited. That's all I needed to see. So I honestly felt like that presentation with the gunplay and everything like that, yes, it could be smoothed out a little bit, but it's early on in this dev cycle and the testing and everything. Give it a little second, give it a chance, give it a
Ditto.
moment to really, get its groove. And I think that this game is gonna be fire, man. People are saying stuff now, but the game's gonna be fire.
Right on, man. So Maine, you mentioned all the older titles like Skyrim, and yeah, that is on everything, man, including toasters by now. Like it's
Yeah,
touched everywhere. Everyone's had a chance
absolutely.
to play Skyrim. And Morrowind is the one that really got me hooked into RPGs and how the story could be so more
Yeah,
expanded by NPCs and
yeah.
all that stuff. And so let me preference by saying this: I worship at the altar of Bethesda in a certain way because they did get me into narrative, they did get me into the storytelling aspect,
Yeah.
and making the world yours. Definitely. And I get what you're saying about frame rate and all that stuff, but Bethesda has a way of displaying the best stuff for their titles, and it's not a bait and switch. I won't say that. But they do have a way of cherry picking the best stuff, which every developer would.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
you would
Showcase.
expect that.
Don't all of them do that though?
Yeah.
Yes, they do. To be fair, but now here's the thing that that worries me a little bit. Now I am very excited for this game. So let me tell you where I stand on Starfield right now. It's like this: best case scenario, it is a slightly upgraded Fallout 4 in space. Okay, I'm totally happy. I'm totally happy with that. But worst case, it's going to be Fallout 76 in space. And the reason I say that is this: it's built with the same damn creation engine. Now, a game engine is what builds a video game, pretty much. So basically, you have a few out there. You've got Frostbite, Unity, Unreal, CryEngine. You got the Creation Engine, which is Bethesda, but you got Valve's got one, Crytek, Ubisoft, Epic Games, Square Enix. They all got their own version that helps them make games. And all the way back to Morrowind. So when you take a look at Morrowind and you remember your experience from that title, they're building this game with that same engine. Yes, it is manipulated. It's changed a little bit, but it is still the same engine. So as an example, Fallout 4, or not 4, but Fallout 3, the shooting mechanics were so bad that they introduced the VAT system. And the VAT system let you pinpoint shots, and it would take place while the game was paused. That's because the engine couldn't really do the gunplay, so the engine isn't really great for certain things. What they did do is they did an update. Let me share my screen. Oh, I got it up. Right here, the creation engine. So they've updated it. It's basically version 2 now, is what they're saying. Let's see. The Game Bros capabilities were becoming too outdated, and they began to work on the creation engine for the next game, The Elder Scrolls Skyrim, which we all played and loved. Some of that was the world itself was procedurally generated, and they built on top of it. That's how they like to build their games. But there's a word I'm looking for here, man, and I'm not gonna find it. Geometry or geometry. I can't even say the damn word, but it's what they added to their engine. So when you look at Skyrim or Starfield and you see, no, it's the way you add photorealistic terrain into the game.
Oh, okay.
Unreal 5's got a way of doing it, and what they did is they shoehorned in their version of it, if you know what I'm saying, to work within their engine. So all that looks is all updated. But all right, before I go off on a tangent for too long, what was your reactions to Starfield, Suave, and then we'll go to Ray and Purple and back to me.
Well, I know I'm gonna make a lot of people mad with my comments here. I just feel like, man, when I looked at some of the other games, the older games that they had, and what up, GB? I see my brother then joined the chat. So when I look at some of the older games they did, that was like old, and then I look at this new game that's come, I just feel like they're giving us old tech. It's not really a now I haven't experience the gameplay because it haven't came out or anything like that. I mean, it
Mhm.
could be faster on that, and then they didn't really go into too many details on the gameplay or anything. They
Yep.
just gave you like small, you know, the game. They always give you like small clips of what could be, intros mostly, but I just feel like it's kind of the tech could be better, but at the same time, on the good end, a lot of people that's fans of all their games, they're gonna like it. You know,
Yeah.
I'm only one person, and I've never been into like their games that they came out with to like enjoy and relate
Gotcha.
on a gaming level, you know. And it's not that they're bad games, they're not bad games, they're
No,
just
it
not.
could be a
I'm
10
just a
out of
different
10.
gamer.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
could be a
I'm
10 out of
just a
10, but
different
it's not
gamer.
interesting to you. Yeah.
Yeah, but I will say from just looking at it, I think that, and this is just my opinion, I think the tech could be a little bit better compared to what we have now, the way games look now, you know what I'm saying? And you could just take even some of the games that just came out the end of last year, you know, they just, to me, they look better than what they're trying to present now.
Mhm.
That's just my thing.
Yeah.
um Not saying that it won't be a good game, because honestly, when you really dim it down on how I play games, I don't worry too much on the graphics, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? It's more about, you know, is this game fun? Am I enjoying it? You know, I don't really care about how the game look, but there are some people that do care about those things. And if I was to just look through their eyes, I could see them saying that it's kind of like the same thing, just a little bit better. It's just a little bit different, you know, but it's
Mhm.
kind of the same thing. But that's just my opinion on it.
Right now, what was your reaction, Ray, to seeing Starfield in
Well,
motion?
first off, I want to say to Suave, guys, you got to remember preference. Everybody's preference is different
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to gaming.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just put that out there. And like he says, if that's not the type of game that he likes, or he doesn't like the storytelling, space, role playing game, I respect that. Everybody's different. I can't force him to like something that I like. Now, what I got from it, man,
Except
let me
that
tell you,
last time when you forced me to like that one game, you remember.
what game was that? What game was that? What game was that? I don't.
He's just teasing you.
And
He teased me.
you
Okay,
took
all
my
right.
J's, man. You took my
Oh,
J's
oh.
too.
That is okay though. Somebody doesn't agree, somebody doesn't, you know,
But
like that game or prefer
let me
it.
tell you
It's okay.
something. Let me tell you something. Bethesda, what I love is getting lost in a fantasy world. I love story. I love adventures.
Mm-hmm.
Even my son loved playing out the Fallout games. Bethesda's got folks, and you can't deny this, some of the best writers and best stories, best scenarios, best solutions and stuff like that. And Bethesda, you know, they're not no mom and pop uh company. They're a huge company. Another thing I just want to say is, folks, it is not a done game. So when
No.
everybody's already given this game a death sentence, it's not done. I respect the fact that it was supposed to come out at 11/11/22. They pushed it back because I'm gonna tell you something. When I know Cyberpunk 2077, if they could go back in time and say, man, if only we
Yep.
pushed this game back.
Yep.
So I can't front on a game that's not done. If they would have come out and say this is a completed game and you saw some of the little hiccups, I'd have a problem with that. But I can give them a pass if it's coming next year, first or second
Mm-hmm.
quarter. I'm cool with that. Now, what I got from now, what Maine said, man, I felt exactly what
Yep.
he felt. The games, the stories, the planets. That's the game I like. I like games that just take me away,
The
especially
possibility is incredible with the
I
game. The
could
Mm-hmm.
possibility.
I could design my own character, fly my own ship and design it the way I want to. I can do dog fights. I can
Maybe.
find alien planets. Well,
They
that's
said
what they
maybe.
said. That's what they said. And then I'm gonna end it because I gotta let my girl Purple and Ming talk some more. But I'm gonna end it like this. What you guys saw with 76 with Todd, that was when it was Bethesda. You got to understand now, they're under Xbox now. And Xbox, come on, do you think they want what happened to 76 happened to them with this game, and everybody's been waiting for this game, and there's so many like everybody's waiting for this, and anticipation is to the roof. I don't think this is going to be another 76 because I don't even think Spencer's going to let that happen. And that's just my whole thing. I'm excited for it, and I'm going to get it. I'm probably going to play it on my console. I might play it on the clouds. I don't know. But here you go.
Right on. What are your thoughts, Purple?
Is this about the Bethesda specifically?
Yeah, Bethesda and Starfield. Like your thoughts on the possibility of the game, and also what your impressions were from seeing it in motion.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm with Ray on it. It's not a complete game. It was very obvious of that, and so it's kind of hard to judge it based upon that. But I'll be, the first, second, third, fourth person to tell you it's not probably a game I would play, right? Elder Scrolls wasn't, Skyrim wasn't a game I played. Like there's certain games that I like where maybe this will change with Starfield, but I really like novelty and like a different kind of game mechanic, a different type of art style. Like that is what really pulls me into a game. And so what I saw wasn't that. Now potentially when we start talking about soundtracks and that type of stuff, maybe that could do it as well. Or when we start to actually talk about the actual gameplay, and you see that in action potentially. But it's not mine. But that's not to say I'm not excited for people for the game to come out, because as everybody knows, I am super excited for people to just be gaming. And if they're excited about gaming, I think that they have less time to try to bring down other people in their gaming. So as long as it's an awesome game, I'm all for that.
If you want to touch up on anything that you did just comment on, me?
Well, I will say that again, another thing that I guess for me, I've always been an Elder Scrolls guy. I know that we've had this kind of debate: which one are you, Elder Scrolls or Fallout? But I've been much more on the Elder Scrolls camp, and I will say that if you look at some of their other games as well, for a fact that we all say that Bethesda is not known for their graphical style. They're not known for the graphics.
True.
They're not known for pushing the boundaries of what a game can do. What their ability and what their strong suit is just like Ray was saying. It's their narrative. It's their plots. It's their storylines. It's the way that they build their characters and the worlds around them to make them feel as if you're in a world and not just a game setting. The NPCs around, all those different things that have cause and effect, that they react to your responses, react to your decisions. That's where Bethesda shines. And I think that for me, I got excited because I already know that since the time that they've taken off from Skyrim, the time from between Skyrim until now, or let's say even some of the Fallout games, 76 until now, we're in for a ride. Like, they've got things that they're working on. Then you figure out, okay, even let's take a step aside. Even if you're not into to Starfield, guess what else is on the horizon? Elder Scrolls 6.
Yeah, and they're using the same engine.
You know what I'm saying? So
they're using the same engine.
I think that that's, to me, I got excited because I saw the tech. It's a big upgrade from what I believe that I've seen used in Elder Scrolls, even ESO as an MMO player. That to me is what got me excited. The fact that I can make a character that's like me. Like when I saw Introvert, I was like, what?
Nice. Yeah.
I'm in there. But you know what I mean? Like I saw that stuff in there and I was like, okay, I like the way that you could be a chef and all these different things that they're adding and compounding and making this world that to me I know is going to be literally in some ways worlds above the rest. We know what they're capable of. So I think that that's one of the things that really got me excited just in that aspect alone. It's just that seeing them change the graphic engine, that really got me excited. I was like, okay, so I know I'm going to get a rich world. I know I'm going to get all these scenarios and situations and all this depth. But to see that they upped their tech from what I'm used to seeing, I installed Skyrim 4 days ago before this whole thing even happened. I installed it again to feel that. You know what I mean? So I'm excited. I'm excited for it, and I know that it's going to be something that is going to be on the tongues of a lot of people, whether they want to admit it or not.
Right on. I am super, super excited. Todd Howard can be a little slippery.
Yeah, he can be. That's
Let me,
facts.
and I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Hopefully there's not an echo, but I want you to hear something that Todd says. And oh man, it just, like I said, I'm very excited for this game for the possibility of it. I want 1,000 planets to go mess around on. I want to design my ship to be totally unique and have bases with unique NPCs that will do certain things, or to land on a planet and change it fundamentally for the rest of the time I'm in the game. Like, I totally want to do that. I hope
all that too.
Yeah, I hope we do get that, because that is what Bethesda is good at. They're not top of the line graphics and all of that. But I'm going to share my screen real quick with audio. I want you to listen to Todd say something. This is why it's worrying for me in certain ways.
Okay.
Oh. Now, I don't know if y'all played Fallout 76, but what he's about to say is bullshit. The world doesn't look like that. It never. It resembled it. It didn't look like this.
We always start with the world, and this time it features all new rendering, lighting, and landscape technology. It allows us to have 16 times the detail
16.
and even view distant weather systems across the map.
He was waiting for applause.
People don't know West Virginia that well.
But anyway, so he says a statement like that, okay? And there wasn't 16 times the detail in Fallout 76. What they ended up doing was take multiplayer components from other systems, and they crammed it into the creation engine. And they did that because there was a shift in what do you want to call it? I don't, not marketing, but the head ups decided that they were going to make a bunch of money. Basically, they created Fallout 4. They created a companion app, a mobile game, Fallout Shelter. They made $100 million on Fallout Shelter, and they thought, how do we get that money again? How do we keep that rolling? So the idea wasn't let's build Fallout online. The idea started with multiplayer and money. And then they forced it into the creation engine. And that is how we ended up with Fallout 76, where it was so broken. And we're still dealing with the same engine. He mentioned Elder Scrolls. I am terrified that Elder Scrolls, I mean, no matter what, Elder Scrolls 6 will be amazing in the sense of storytelling and probably a whole bunch of elements. But the engine itself, to me, has been clunky for a while. And Starfield is not complete. We cannot make a judgment on that title at all at this point. We really can't. But my overall hope is that we're not being fed some stuff. Like when I seen them readjusting their ship or the planet bases that they're building, all I saw was Fallout 76 building, Fallout 4's settlement system that meant nothing. The NPCs were dumb. What does it matter if we have 1,000 planets that are dead? And let me show you one example as an example that made me concerned. I'm going to
go for it.
I mean, I'd buy this game if it was out right now, because I want the possibility is what intrigues me. But let me share my.
Would you return it if you're?
Well, people found out with Fallout 76, you can't return games. Ray had a video of a guy smacking some stuff off a shelf.
And I would also like to add while we're moving into that really quick is that much like Ray said, right? That was Bethesda pre-Xbox.
I understand, but Xbox takes a hands-off approach with their studios.
They're saying that, but I think also if Bethesda were to approach them and say, "Yo, we need a little bump," you know what I mean? Because you like throw some of that X sauce on there. I'm sure they'd be like, "All right, we'll slide you some sauce on there. We'll slide you some sauce." So I think there's that as well. Though. But I do see what you're saying.
Go ahead, Ray.
Let's see what you got.
You're next.
You know what? Let me tell you who Howard is, man. He's a hype man pimp. Yes. He's the type of guy, let me tell you, he's standing on the corner. He's like, look, I got exotic women, man, flown in here from the Middle East.
You can't get that
Nobody
nowhere.
got women like I
Can't
got.
get that nowhere.
Can't get that nowhere.
It's a crackhead with a weird hat.
And when you go, you got a cardboard box with a crack pipe smoking woman in the back. That's who he is. Look, there's no lie. Let me tell you something. If you look up him, and I just did, all you're gonna see near his name, trickster, liar, but the features that he says ain't happening. But
You know what
guess what?
reminded me of that? Go ahead.
But here's the thing, because it's he said things that are not true, folks. And I was there. I was sitting right there in front of my TV when he said all that stuff, and I was like foaming from the mouth. I was excited when I went and got 76, and my head I sink to the ground. It was only my head. My power suit, I couldn't fall out. The weather changes, all the futures and everything. I'm like,
they weren't there, were they, Ray? There's no weather changes. There was no.
But you know what? Greed and money will make you do a lot of things.
That
But that's
almighty
why.
dollar.
But
That
that's why.
almighty dollar.
But that's why.
Hey, Purple.
Xbox.
Real quick, Ray, sorry about that. Hey, Purple. Purple has to run. Let everybody know what you're going to be up to and where to find you since you have to go.
Yeah, sorry, and I told SVG this. It's actually my birthday today, so I am
What?
going to. I'm
do that.
hit the big 5-0. So I'm gonna.
You didn't tell me it was your
Hold
birthday.
on, hold on, Purple. Hold on, Purple.
So-
Real quick, Purple. Happy birthday.
Yeah, hit him with it.
Happy
Man.
birthday.
Oh my god.
Hey, that's been copywrote.
Oh my. Oh, thank you,
Do
mate. No, thank you all.
Everybody tweet it's her birthday.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Only y'all know that. But no, thank you so much for letting me be on the man cave. Suave, as well as SPG, as well as chat. Thank you all so much for having me. I'll be on Shades of Purple with Rock on Thursday. It's the first time I'll do a premiere, so we filmed it actually right after the Bethesda showcase. So we have some stuff in there as well. So thank you so much, y'all, for letting me crash the cave today.
Hey, thanks for your input and perspective. We really apprite it for sure, Purple. Thank you.
Dude, be safe out there. Enjoy your birthday, Perp.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Later, guys.
Real quick, guys. You got to understand that was then. I mean, you got to understand. Xbox took Blizzard. Did you know how much trouble Blizzard dude was in with all the accusations and everything? And then let's go. Hey, let's talk about what happened at Bethesda 76 and all the. It was greed. It was greed. But I guarantee you, I don't think Xbox is gonna let something like that happen. They got too much at stake, too much money on the line.
Yeah,
I don't think they're gonna let that happen.
Cloudy V's got a very interesting point. I think that's what I'm doing here. I'm not trying to shit on Bethesda because they're one of my favorite creators. Right. What I'm trying to do is to get you to look at the game cautiously and to not think that you're going to get something that's not even there to be delivered. Because, like, as an example, look at this picture I've got here, okay? What does it matter if there's 1,000 worlds where all you can do, the whole world, 66% done, 5 out of 8 resources collected, 0 out of 0 fauna, 0 out of 2 flora detected. If that's all that's on these planets, what does it matter if there's 1,000? Give me 10, 20 that's full of stuff.
But this is just a sample, though, dude.
I think this is not only that, but I think possibly what that could be, right? I think that could be something that they're saying, hey, listen, if when you get on this planet, kind of like No Man's Sky, which is a game I also play and I also love, is that they don't want you to fully you don't have to fully complete the whole entire planet. They just say, hey, you landed, give us something to feed our research and for our tech, so that we can understand the idea of what the planet is. But I also see your side too, that it's worrying to see that, okay, well, if you do this out of this and this out of this, then it's going to be, okay, well, you're done, you can fly to the next planet. But I think
you can build a base and you can hire somebody to be there, and they're going to say, I took an arrow to the knee every time you freaking land. I mean, what does that matter? Do you know what I mean? And this is early. and this is very early, and I like I say, I'm not trying to poo-poo it because the idea is fantastic. Being able to travel the stars and actually impact them in some way. That's what made Mass Effect so special to me.
And with Cloudy V's statement, I hate to say this, but Cyberpunk 2077, man, that was a game that I was extremely super duper hyped.
Me too.
Like hyped. Like, I mean, we going back to 2012, 2013.
2013, sir. Yeah,
You know, I was extremely happy. And so when I saw this game, like Stadia it was played on good, but I did see my cousin got it on the PS4 and it looked like what's his name face was melting away and stuff, you know.
Yeah, they're loading in with no textures and stuff.
It was, you know, but you also got to understand between management and investors and money. Money is the thing. When people want a game rushed out, sometimes it's not up to the developers and stuff like that. We need this money
now.
Yeah, get it out now.
Well, we need at least 2 months. I don't care. Just put it out. We'll patch it, and that's kind of how it works.
Well, Bethesda really took a hit, not financially, but they certainly took a hit with people's faith in their company.
Oh, sure.
When Fallout 76 did that, they were being drugged through the mud for having a crap engine, and they did turn Fallout 76 around in some way. Is it a great game? Absolutely not. Is the bug still there? Yeah. Did bugs follow from Fallout 4 to 76? They never patched? Yeah. I mean, shit happens, you know, but man, I really hope that it's a Fallout 4 in space. Now I want to look up.
Let me say this real quick before you move on.
Go ahead.
I will I will agree that what Ray said earlier, it is a good sign if they're making a game and then they say, hold on, we gotta push it back and we gotta fix this and yada yada. That is a good sign that's saying that, hey, we do want to make sure we're putting out some good product. You know, they may not be able to control everything on putting it out, but they're utilizing that time. Like, okay, they're giving us a little cushion to do this. We need to make sure we're running everything we need to run to catch the problems.
I think it's exactly Ray's point on why they postponed. They were like, we can't release this like this. We've already took a hit on 76. We can't do it. So you might be right on there.
Somebody was in that room saying, hey, if we release this.
Yeah, that was my next thing. CD Projekt Red lost so much faith. They kept saying the game will be ready when it's ready. Don't worry.
Never took a game out of a store. Sony never took a game off, and they took that game off the shelf. Said, nope, you can't buy this on our network now.
Which game?
That was Cyberpunk 27. They took that game out.
Yep. Yeah, they removed it from the PlayStation Store, or at least because of how janky it was. Worked great on Stadia, by the way. Just saying.
Wonderful. Worked wonderful on Stadia.
Yeah, absolutely. I personally enjoyed it, but I can't. Here's the thing: me being a lover of all things cyberpunk, I'm a cyberpunk. Like, that's my favorite thing, and so I was excited to play that game. And it messed me up a little bit to see some of the issues that it faced and everything. But still, because of my own reasons and I'm just going to come out and say my own personal bias. I went ahead and I still, trudged through it. I played worse. I grew up in the 90s. I played games that worked worse and looked worse than that game. So I understood that. But that does not mean that I was not aware of those things. And I was not saying to myself, like, yo, this, all right, this is a little nasty looking, but okay, let's go over here instead until this gets worked out. So I get that, but I don't know, man.
This really piqued my interest. Okay, so here's an article that's going to reflect on a game developer that worked for Bethesda who worked on Starfield. Okay, Starfield's new revamped Creation Engine 2 may be having some issues, particularly with flight mechanics. A former Bethesda Game Studios developer actually says the engine is a piece of crap, saying the space flight isn't all that fun. Objective, subjective, of course. The developer has been sharing Starfield info on the forum site Reset Era since 2021. The engine, his quote, the engine isn't great and I don't like the feel of flying. That's just one person's opinion. Again, that's to me, you may love it. So it's hard to say. I'm really interested in knowing what some of you guys think about the game in general. Very curious. I'm particularly speaking to the usability of the engine, not capability of it. Those are two different things. For example, Unreal and Unity are very super friendly, while CryEngine is a pain in the ass, but very powerful. Yeah. So this guy's had a whole bunch of quotes here. Let me remove that for just a second and bring this up. Yeah. He says the engine is a piece of crap. Starfield is looking good. Weekly Thursday playtest since the beginning of 2021, so it's looking good. And more stuff is coming online. Shooting feels all right. Flying is terrible at the moment, in my opinion. It's just not fun to me. Lighting and stuff is looking better and better, though it's not on the level of Horizon Forbidden West or anything close to it. It's still a good-looking game. In terms of will it ship on time, Bethesda will try for sure, but they'll cut what they need to and have an overabundance of content, probably too much. But that's hardly ever the issue. But he does bring up the bug issues that they have to attempt to squash to get on track. But anyway, that mixed with the engine just has me concerned, but I am overly excited for the game. Like I said, my best case is it's Fallout in space with a new coat of paint, because I liked Fallout 4, the narrative, the playthrough, all that. But worst case, it's Fallout 76, and I just hope they deliver. I don't think their company can they're not going to die or anything, but morale and stuff like that and faith will just be in short supply. I don't know. Suave, what are your thoughts going around?
I think that based on those comments you just said, the flying that could be fixed, before release date. That can be fixed.
Yep.
The graphics, like I said earlier, the graphics don't look bad. I just think they look similar to what they are now put out. So, but I don't think that's going to be a big problem. As far as the buzz and everything, I think they're gonna they're gonna fix as many as they can, and then you don't really get the true experience of what's going on with the game until you put it out there in the public. I mean, you could try to catch as much stuff as possible, but let's be honest, when you put a game out there in the public and you got multiple people playing it, they're finding problems for you that you missed. And it's easier for them to fight because you have like over 1 million people playing this one game. You know what I'm saying? So they'll catch it, and if they're gonna stand behind, look, we gotta make sure this game good, everything's gonna go smoothly. We have things that we didn't have back in the day that related to gaming. So we have Reddit, we have all these other blogging stuff, and game people, like game developers, are looking at that stuff now. They're like, hey, we need to go in there and fix this, because we know if we let it ride, this is gonna drag us down. They know the power of social media now.
Well, I hope that's the fire that's going to deliver this game in a great state. That's what I hope.
Oh yeah, I think they're being very cautious on it, and they don't want to. I think that they had someone in there speaking for them, like, hey, I don't want to tarnish our name on this one. We need to make sure we're doing at least good product for them to get by, and it's nothing too bad for someone to be like, nah, that game was trash. It's just something small and simple and we could fix, what I'm saying, and just keep it going. As far as the comment on and this is my last thing, as far as the comment about too much content, there can never be too much content. People these days run through content in about you think you're creating a 4-hour game, and there's someone out there getting through all that stuff in like 2 hours.
Right, that's true.
So it can never be enough content, too much content, brother. So whoever made that comment, they I don't know.
That developer was wrong. I hear you.
Yeah, man. There can never be too much content, man. Go ahead. Whoever's next.
I'm sorry. Really quick, I was going to say two things. Regardless, right? I think that Bethesda has the greatest modding community of any other game or any other group
Hands
with
down.
us ever. So like Swally was saying, I went on my PC. They created an unofficial official patch for Skyrim that everybody says is a mandatory. Like if you play this game and you plan on modding it, doing anything, download that first. That's what everybody says. Like
Yep.
and the mods and everything that everybody else has made, like Bethesda knows what's going to happen when they release this game. They know that, but let's be real. For the most part, they know that there's going to be people out there waiting, chomping at the bit to do the rest of their job. To say, okay, there's some things, the things that we couldn't tighten up, if anything, or in the meantime, we know y'all got that. There's people out there waiting. So I'm sure that people can't wait to squash bugs or have some kind of patch to tighten up the flying controls or do something that enhances the lighting or adds dialogue choices. That's coming. Like that, you don't have to worry about that. That's a fact. The other thing
Okay.
is somebody mentioned Star Citizen.
Yeah, Star Citizen. Yep.
As a person who's played Star Citizen, and I've looked right now to see how, for those who may not know, it's a game that
Yeah, tell them what the game is. If a lot of people may not know.
it's a space sim. In that's the simplest way I could put it. That has taken so much time, but putting so much detail into the game, into things like there's scale for the ships. I have a ship called the Constellation Taurus, or the Constellation Andromeda. Huge ship, something out of Star Trek. All these different things that you can do, all these places you can go to. You can land on planets. There's FPS aspects. There's raiding. There's pirating. All these different things, like to the next level. However, the thing that bothers me about that game, as much as it says that people are saying there's parallel between that game and No Man's Sky, the one thing that bothers me the most is that this game is not out. It's still in alpha. And to date, they've raised $400 million.
Wow.
So when games like Starfield and Elite Dangerous Odyssey or No Man's Sky come out, right? And they start to do things that Star Citizen kind of started in a way, if you could say, but they're still in alpha. Like that kind of rubs me the wrong way a little bit. Only because like what else is there for anybody else to do? I'll take my Starfields and my No Man's Skies and all those things. If this game is still in alpha and it's raised $400 million, that man, that's a rant for another day. But man,
well, I think it's the possibility that supercharges these people to want to jump in. You know,
right. And then you get in, right? Because I got it now. Like, oh, this shit is tight. I'm ready.
Yeah, I mean, you got space combat, you've got PvP, you've got PvE, you've got resource collecting. It's all there. It's all there.
They got a shit called a prospector that you could fly. It looks like a big, has a Hubble space kind of like dome on the front, and you can literally go and grab resources off of rocks and mine, and then take it back to some kind of transport, some station where you can get money from it, but then get ganked from other players, or your ship explodes randomly because of bug. Listen, okay, I mean, I'm not gonna do this today, but listen, I'm just gonna say that you know what, that the possibilities of what get you in, and I'm hoping that if they do that, right, if they the possibilities that they're showing, I think for somebody like me, maybe that subconsciously is the reason why I'm gonna get the game, because I'm like, well, since Star Citizen ain't doing shit, you know what I mean? So, yeah. So I think that that's also part of it too, that people can tie to that expectation for sure. I think.
Right on. What's your thoughts, Ray?
Man, look, when you play a Far Cry game, you know you're playing a Far Cry game. When you play an Assassin's Creed game, you know you're playing an Assassin's Creed game.
Where you going with this, Ray? Where you going?
When you're playing a Bethesda game, you know it's Bethesda. So as soon as I saw the video and I saw the character walking on the planet and the spaceships and stuff like that, I was like, yep, that's a Bethesda game. But can they polish that game and make it shiny, you know, and give it the upgrade? And that's what I'm cool. I don't have to get it 11, 11, 22. If they gonna do what they need to do, I'm cool with it, man. I'm excited. Think about the stories, the multiple missions and everything.
Just think, Ray, in your playthrough, I hope you go, hey, I took a left and I went to that planet. He took a right.
You're gonna be on my ship, man.
Our stories are different.
Did you look inside the ship? You know, you're gonna be sitting there right with me, man. Riding along. You can have some space orange juice and everything.
Let me ask you space orange juice. Let me ask y'all this.
Some tang.
So I'm sure that y'all have played what is it? Warframe. I think it's Warframe.
Oh yeah, oh
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So when you can like invite people into your ship and how it
Yep.
looks and everything. Y'all guys think it's gonna be kind of like that? They're gonna have that kind of feature in there.
They have the multiplayer component in the engine now because of Fallout 76. So
Mhm.
it very well could be. You just never
So
know.
that would be tight. You know what I'm saying?
Bro,
That would be
that's what
tight.
that's what I'm trying to say, man. Like,
That space orange juice.
dude, man, kid was running longer than fit, man. Hey, shh, don't tell nobody.
It's all my
Hey,
fault.
It stays in the man cave.
hey, you stay right here in the
Let it in
man
the man
cave.
cave.
Windstar.
Well,
Wing
we are
star.
heading up on 50 minutes, but Link TV says I wouldn't expect polish. Society has been conditioned to accept unfinished games, which is a standard now. All games are released with bugs and require patches. Eventually, it'd be great, but I wouldn't expect perfect. I am looking for mediocre, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, with the premise and the way it looks, I would be happy with, like I said, Fallout 4 with a new coat of paint in space. I would, but the possibility gets me super excited. I just want everybody to avoid that hype pimp hand from Todd because he's going to talk about it in a way that may not match up with reality. Is
Yeah,
all I'm saying.
but remember who the boss is, though. Okay.
Well, it's Xbox now. Yeah.
Okay, remember who the boss is. He ain't he's a hype man. We need you to go out there, Todd, hype this game up, man, because we need the dollars, dollar. And I mean,
And he grabbing him by the neck too, like talking to him. Like, come on, we can grab this. Some money. Huh? You hear me? I said, go out there, talk to him. I said,
he gets me, and you know what the thing is? He gets me every time.
I know he's got the presence.
Every time.
Yeah,
he got me day and
he
day.
said 16 times the detail, and I said, "Man, I think I can see 16 times the detail."
I
it wasn't
put my
there.
$5 down at GameStop. I went and picked that game up. Take me home. I was like, "Oh, this is a nice game." And I'm walking, and then all of a sudden, where's my arms and legs? I'm in the ground, and my head is like that, and I'm like, and this power suit. I'm hanging halfway out the power suit.
Yep.
And guys are like, dude,
you got
what's
a
wrong with
deformed
you?
leg kicked
Bro.
out to the side of the power armor.
Guys are like, hey, can I hang with you guys, man? Nah, man. Something wrong with this, man. You can't hang.
We don't want to catch what you got.
Yo.
Oh man,
that's funny too. Because somebody said one of my friends when Fallout 76 came out, or before it came out, they were just walking around just singing "Take Me Home, West Virginia." And I was like, oh, well, that's on that Fallout trailer. Like, yeah, Fallout 76, and it was all excited about it. And a couple weeks after it came out, I walked back over to them. They were sitting there looking just miserable. And I said, "What's wrong?" He was like, "Man, Fallout 76 is trash." And I looked at him and I played the wheel, that was the Wheel of Fortune, but the Price is Right. He was pissed. But that's how it be sometimes, man.
Absolutely.
Hey.
Just be excited for the product, but don't buy into the hype because usually they're gonna oversell and underdeliver like always. But Fallout 4 in space, I'm totally down for that. Thank every single one of you that participated in the chat and gave us your thoughts and theories on the matter. Maine, starting with you, going all the way around, man. Where can people find you? What are you going to be up to, sir?
Hey, we also want to know where you got that shirt from.
Yeah, because that looks dap.
We're feeling that.
Real quick, some people are saying I'm sounding far away. I don't know what happened. Everything is.
I can hear you fine. I don't know.
We can hear you, but I'll talk. We'll talk to you about it.
Okay, but yeah, because I don't know what's going on. But as far as the shirt, I do have a website that I can put up in the chat. Actually, and I can actually give that to you guys. We can put that out. So, but yeah, I have a store on Teespring. It's a long list of stuff, but you can get that and all kinds of merch there. Actually, all kinds of stuff.
Man, I want that main game merch.
Yeah, yeah. My boy Winstar made that. Shout out to him. But as far as thank you, I appreciate that. But as far as what I'm up to do and what I'm doing, I'm actually working on a video right now called "The Top 5 Games of My Childhood." I'm gonna be working on that. Also, the top 5 of my teens and my adults. So I'm working on that. Working on the script. I apologize if I don't get a whole bunch of content out soon. I'm taking a different approach and putting as much time as I can to make these the best videos that I can. Mm-hmm. So I'll be putting that out when that's ready. I'll be doing a stream soon of actually Cyberpunk 2077. We'll be jumping into that game. Again, I love that game. I'll be jumping into that. So pretty much that's it. You can follow me on Twitter. Twitter at just main. Of course, YouTube main games. Same with Twitch as well. Be getting into that soon. And that's pretty much it. You can find me there and holler at me anywhere else if you find me.
Awesome, man. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, man. I was wondering how you was feeling about all this. Okay, Ray, your turn, sir.
Well, I'm Ray3473, the gaming sideboard. I play on all these platforms, folks. I love gaming. And so tonight I'm going to be doing Amazon Luna. I'm going to be playing, they got Resident Evil 2. So I will be streaming that on my Twitch TV channel, Ray3473 on Twitch TV. Tomorrow I'm doing Xbox streaming. I think I'm doing some farming simulator. Nice. I got hooked on that. And I didn't even think I got about 600 and something views, and I'm like, for farming, I'm shooting people in PUBG, and this one was like my biggest, like I ain't never seen nothing like that. So yeah,
People
farming
like simulators, bro.
I guess that's why I'm streaming that tomorrow. And then tonight I also do a sports show with Vet Cloud Gaming. We talk about football. We talk about wrestling. We talk about my Warriors, Golden State, baby. Woo! I'll be downtown Oakland, San Francisco now. Hopefully we get that trophy because I love me some basketball. And happy birthday, Purple Heads. And thank you, Pro. Thank you, Suave. And man, you awesome, man. Just awesome. Thanks for having me on the show. And thank you, chat.
Man, thanks for joining us, Ray. Man. It was awesome. Suave, man, where are you going to be? Where can people find you?
Man, look, we having the next episode of Man Cave on the channel Thursday, on the Climax. I think I want to invite some guests, man. So, if anybody want, I'm sure the topic we're going to talk about is going to be a good one. We're going to, should we tell them the topic?
Hey, I bet you Ray wants in on this one. You want to talk about the boys, Ray?
We're gonna talk about the boys,
my God.
Man. You talk about the boys, man.
Homeland. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
know what to say.
That. Yeah, I'm
so
down.
if you do want to be,
send me the link.
Yeah, I got you, Ray. I got you.
Right.
If anyone else, and this is gonna be, open to males or females. I know I made my comment earlier, but the Man Cave here on YouTube is open to anyone. So if y'all want to talk about some of the things that goes on in the Boys TV show, we're not gonna really go through too many spoilers. We're gonna have a
general
talk
discussion
about some of the things that went on and going on.
They get away with so much crap in that show.
So
man.
much,
it's
man.
Amazing.
It's so much.
Yeah.
So we definitely gonna be talking about those. Maine, you wanna join us, bro?
Thursday, what time? By the way, my mic. I think I fixed my mic, you guys.
You did. Sounds good.
You did.
Same time as today.
Same time.
On what day? You said
Thursday. Yeah. On Thursday.
Thursday, same time. You know what? I might be able to. I have something else going on that day, but I might be able to swing that.
I'll even throw you a bone. It's like 20 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, I'm in. I'm actually. I just finished watching episode 3 before I came here.
Oh, nice.
I actually have to watch episode 4 because at 7:30 I'm on a podcast talking about the boys.
Okay.
So I gotta make sure I'm with it. So I'll definitely be on Thursday.
Trust me, man. My thoughts on how I do it. I don't like doing things like everybody else do. Like we're gonna have this thing. So it's gonna be a talk about the thing. It's just crazy stuff that goes on in the boys, man. And I feel like we should talk about some of those things and what if it happens in our life, in our real life and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
lateral damage.
Yeah, man. Start. If you're listening still, man, you're more than welcome. Wilson, my boy Cloudy, anybody's welcome. Anybody. You know what I'm saying? Y'all more than welcome to come on there.
Awesome,
I think we're gonna have fun. That's Thursday.
Oh yeah. For sure.
Sounds good.
With this show.
Cool.
Also, man, I was gonna say
pinned in the description is your Discord for World War Z and the link to your channel, sir.
Dude, also tomorrow, catch Man versus Woman. And it's a little bit later. It's like gonna be 5:00 Central Time. So catch Man versus Woman tomorrow, man, on the channel.
Right on.
Yeah,
now for me,
about that.
Next Thursday, I'm going to be on Suave's channel for another episode of Man Cave. But tomorrow, man, at 12 CST, we're going to be getting some Siege on. We're going to be playing some Siege. Doctor is not going to be in the building, so everybody has a chance to win.
Man, I still need to get that game, man.
You do. I think you would dig it, man. Any final words, anybody, before we jump off here?
Play games and enjoy them. That's all I got to say, man.
Hey,
absolutely.
Respect that man cave law. You know what I'm saying? That's whatever goes on here. Stays
all right, guys.
Here.
Well, thank you very much for tuning in to episode 10 of season 2 of the Man Cave. We're out of here, guys. Later.
Hit that.
The app game, baby. The app game, baby.
I go hard in them, you think? I go hard in them, you think? I'm ducked off where the loud is legal. Right next door to Cali where the work a lot cheaper. Take you back in the trap in the 86 Regal. With a pocket full of stones booming.